Hi, welcome. Let's get started. For today's class, you won't need any props. I'm sitting on a little folded up blanket. You could grab a cushion or do this seated portion in a chair or on a couch or something like that if you find sitting on the floor difficult, but we won't be here for terribly long and we will be lying down on the floor in a bit. So either way, get yourself into a comfy seat and let's begin. You can close your eyes if you like, and we'll take a couple of breaths in and out, transitioning from whatever it was that you were just doing and into our movement practice. Let's take a big breath in, broaden through your chest. You might even puff it up and out. And then exhale, stack your ribs back over top of your hips. Let's do that a couple more times. Big inhale, big puff forward of the chest. And then stack up your spine on the way out. Let's do one more. Take a moment to let your breath return back to its usual pace. And then on an inhale, we'll reach up with our arms. On an exhale, wave them down. Inhale, stretch your arms up. And then on an exhale, let's twist over towards the right. So my left hand is landing on my right knee. And then my right hand somewhere behind me. So I'm trying not to lean too far back. This hand is more like a kickstand than like a supporting beam. Broaden out through your chest and sit up tall as you inhale. And then as you exhale, you might start to bring your gaze over your shoulder to get extra twisty. Inhale, up tall. Exhale, twist a little further, however much feels good for you. And then slowly let yourself unravel. Let that kinetic energy disperse. And then we're going to do the other side. Inhale, big stretch up. Then exhale, twist over, this time to the left side. So your right hand is going to land as like a little kickstand. I didn't mean for that to all rhyme. And then broaden your shoulders away from each other. Take your gaze over your left shoulder. So once again, do your very best to, on the inhale, sit up tall, and then on the exhale, bring yourself out a little bit further. Okay, let yourself unravel. Take a little moment. You might take a little wiggle. And then sit up tall through center. Start to tilt your pelvis forward. So your belly might start to puff forward. Your chest might start to puff forward. Bring your gaze up towards the ceiling. And then opposite motion, tuck your tailbone. Start arching your spine. Hollow out your chest. Bring your gaze down towards the floor. And come back forward. So a little seated cat-cow. you're going to start to add on. Next time you inhale, bring your arms all the way up and then pull your elbows down. Then as you exhale, sweep your arms forward. Let's do this a few times. Inhaling, pull your elbows down. And exhale, bring your hands back up and dive forward. So we're using the arms to really start exaggerating the shape in the spine. Let's do a couple more. Last one. Let's sweep the arms all the way back up. Bring them behind you and just lean back on your hands a little bit. Do a little shift side to side. And then let's come on back up through center, and we're going to meet lying down on the floor. I'm just going to take this at the weight. And come on down, actually, on your tummy. And bring your forehead down towards the floor. I'm going to keep my head up so that I can project my voice and talk. But you're going to have your forehead down on the floor, and then bring your arms out to the side, bend your elbows. So that same like cactus shape that we were just making with the arms, awesome. And then take an inhale to push yourself up, and an exhale to come down. Let's do that little chest extension a couple of times. Last one. And bring your forehead back down. We're going to focus in on the legs a little bit. You can keep your hands where they are. Take your right foot and keep your legs straight. Pick the right foot up, press it back down. Same thing on the opposite side. So like you just magically made your legs longer somehow. Awesome. Okay, keep pressing into your forearms. Pick one leg up, then the other. Beautiful. Keep pressing into your pelvis to keep your lower back nice and long. And start to kick your feet. Like it's like a little flutter kick, like you're swimming. So keep on kicking, keep on kicking. For 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring your feet in through center. We're going to add on with the arms. So push into your arms. Start bringing your gaze up. Then bring your arms away from the floor. Whew. And you could stay here. This is work. Or you might start to push your arms out towards straight. I don't think I have quite enough space here. Whoops. And then pull your arms back down. So a couple of notes. Try to keep the back of your neck nice and long. So that means that you're probably not looking at your hands. You're probably looking at the top of your mat. Or just down a little bit. Let's keep going. I'm keeping my feet still, but you could totally keep fluttering. Let's do a couple more. Last one. And bring everything in and everything down. Whew. Take a little break. Swing your knees side to side. Nice. And then bring your feet back down to the floor. Bring your hands underneath of your shoulders and forehead down. And then start to push into your hands to come up into a back bend. So you can come here, or you can push all the way up and all the way down. Try to keep really grounded through the tops of your feet wherever you are. So if you're shifting back and forth a lot, might be a little sign to dial it down ever so slightly. Okay, last one. Push up into your hands and push your hips back into a child's pose. Stretch your arms out, bring your forehead to the floor. Once again, I'm going to keep my head up a little bit just so the sound doesn't get muffled, but you fully relax here. Yeah? Okay, start to bring your hands over to one side. Doesn't matter which side. Really, you're just going to curl over to one side. Take a big stretch through the opposite side of your body. And then come in through center. Over to the other side. You might pet a little dog while you're at it. And then let's come back through center. And push up into a kneel. We're going to flip over onto our backs. So come over onto your back. Bring your feet to the floor. Keep your knees bent. And come all the way down. And let's just take a little moment to get situated here so you can swish your knees side to side. Take a stretch. And then let's all meet. Feet about hips distance apart. Heels pretty close in towards you, but you don't have to like strain to make them touch your bum. We'll start with a little pelvic tilt back and forth. So really press into your feet as you tilt your tailbone towards you and away from you. Yeah. So we're trying to keep the lower body pretty still. Think about pointing your knees straight ahead of you. And then tuck your tailbone, press your feet into the ground fully. Start to push your hips away from the floor. Awesome. Do your best to keep your low back nice and long. So that might mean that you have to lower your hips a little bit. And then let's come on down. We'll do that a couple times. So rolling up. Hold for a beat. And then come on down. You might do a little rock back and forth in between, just as like a little rinse. Okay, this next one, let's stay in the bridge pose. So hold in this position. Awesome. Do what you have to do to keep your lower back nice and long, to keep your feet pressed into the floor. And if you want to add on, start to bring your arms overhead, palms face together. Beautiful. Okay, awesome. We're going to add on here with a little hinge at the hips. And then press up. So hinging at the hips, you might touch your butt to the floor, but you're not necessarily resting all the way there. Then if you want to add on with the arms as well, let's come on up. And then as you hinge your hips down, your arms come forward. As you push your hips up, your arms come back. I like to imagine this like my hips and my hands are connected by a string, and that kind of helps with the choreography of it all. Let's keep on going. For 4, 3, 2, last one. Let's bring it all down. Take your feet out nice and wide, swish your knees side to side. Next time your knees are over to one side, let them land. Come into a little short twist. You can bring your gaze to the opposite direction of your knees. I feel a big stretch through the front of my hip here. Let's come on up through center over to the other side. And you can bring your gaze over to the other side as well. The opposite other side. You got it, I bet. Bring your knees back up through center. You can let them knock in towards each other. And we're all done here. You can take an extra moment or two lying down. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.